What is going on, Wolfpack Nation? We are here, y'all. It is Beat UNC Eve, y'all. It's even better than New Year's Eve, man. It's Beat UNC Eve, y'all. We are sitting here Friday morning, y'all, with the man, the myth, the legend himself. At least, hey, in my eyes for sure, but in a lot of UNC fans' eyes as well. Marquise Williams, man. Marquise, appreciate you joining me today, my man.
Hey, I appreciate you having me, man. It's old times, man. We go way back.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we're definitely going to be talking about that here today. But, for anybody who's joining in here in the chat, if you've been in within any of our live shows before, you know the deal. But make sure any questions, thoughts, comments that you have, make sure to put them in the chat here. And we will get to a few of them here today for sure. I can't necessarily guarantee all of them, but, we'll definitely get to as many of them here as we can. Anyway, though, Marquise, so first of all, man, so I got to ask you, so when the Tuffy Talk Twitter page put out the shout out being like, hey, Marquise, we'd love to have you on the show to talk and state things like what was your thoughts about Tuffy Talk before you knew it was me? Was like, oh my gosh, this NC State troll account's wanting to have me on just to roast me about NC State versus UNC. I didn't have none of that.
Honestly, I was questioning. I was like, man, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know who it is, but as soon as you put the video of me, I was like, immediately, my mind just like, yeah, I'm getting on this podcast. Like, that was one of the best times, dude. I know you're a state guy, and we were beating y'all at the time, but man, the conversations me and you were having was just like, bro, it's just like, just think about it, like it was just some fun conversation. You know what I'm saying? And even for you, you're a diehard Wolfpack guy, and like just to talk to me, you could be like, man, leave me alone. Like certain other individuals, but like we continue to talk and had a great time. So when I knew it was you, I was like, yeah, I'm live and direct on this one. So I was ready to go.
Well, and for those who haven't heard the story, let's go ahead and because I'm interested. I've never heard your side of the story before. So my side of the story is pretty detailed. So do you want to say your side first, or you want me to go in the?
You can go first.
All right, cool. I'm kind of excited anyway because I'm excited to kind of see your reaction as I explain the story. So anyway, y'all. All right, so it was 2014. And obviously, if you're a follower of Tuffy Talk, you know that I was a football equipment manager from 2013 to 2016. And 2014 was the first year that I got asked to be the ball boy on the visiting team sidelines. So it'd be me and one other guy that would be the ball boys on the other team sidelines. Well, again, this is UNC. So obviously, about this time back 2014. And it was right before the team entrances. And so I was standing there with the other ball boy on the side of UNC's bench closest to their tunnel. And we were just waiting for the game start. And then Marquise and one other guy was walking up the sideline as the team captains to go do the coin toss. And literally I was standing there just like my arms folded. And Marquise, probably about a 45-degree angle to my left, I see them coming, and I look at him, and Marquise looks straight back at me. And of course, Marquise like locked in, man. So he's like all serious, and he's giving me daggers in my eyes, and I'm like looking, being like, okay. and literally, as Marquise crosses me, so as he walks by me, he actually turns around just to keep like looking at me. And then at this point, I'm like, oh, he's messing with me. So I'm like, what's up, Marquise? What's up?
Yeah.
I was like, what you got? And then eventually he turns back around and does a coin toss or whatever. And so then to start the second half, because we got the ball to start the game, so UNC was getting to start second. So obviously we kick off the ball, so it's our ball. So then once the kickoff happens, then I have to be there to get the ball, so that way we can switch in for the UNC ball. Well, so I just happen to be standing right in front of the offense that's about to go out. And then all of a sudden, I'm standing there waiting, and all of a sudden, I feel this big pop on my shoulder, and I go, and I look, and it was Marquise, and he's like, "Hey, yo, I was just messing with you, bro." And I started busting out loud and be like, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what was going on. He was like, "Yeah, no, we're just here to have a good time, man."
Yeah, man.
So that's my side. Anything you would add from
hey, that's what it is. But I was like, man, I hope he don't think I'm like trying to like troll him or be mean and anything.
No.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna go up there and tell him, look, I was like, man, I'm just kidding with you, right, man? And he was like, yeah, man, I understand. I was like, man, we family, it don't matter, it's just it's a rival school, but man, at the same time, man, it's fun, man. It's fun.
Right.
Some people can take it to the extreme, but certain individuals just like some people just have fun with this, man. This thing's been going on for years and decades, man. So it's always been fun, and that's why I was like, man, I just hope I was playing because when I turned around though, and I was going back into the tunnel, I was talking to myself and I was laughing. I was like, I'm gonna have to go and tell them I was really kidding, man, because I don't want them thinking like I'm really one of those crazy players that just cocky and mean and things like that. I was like, I'm gonna find them again, and I'm gonna say, hey, man, I was playing with you, right? So
yes.
That was a great time, man. So that was good. Yeah.
What and then moving on to 2015. So then you guys come back to NC State after the whooping we gave y'all. Y'all came and gave us our own whooping in 2015. And like it's funny, like going up to that game, I was really thinking to myself, being like, man, like, you think Marquise would remember me? Like, like literally going to that game, I was like, should I go say something to him? Like, I'm not sure. And so anyway, well then I don't know what, because like I don't know if it was necessarily a good idea either. Like, I'm actually like surprised, honestly, that my former equipment manager boss hasn't like texted me since I put out the clip, being like, wait, you talked to a UNC guy during the game? But like, again, I just was and so we were getting whooped 35-7. I go over to you and I go, hey, Marquise, I don't know if you remember me, but 1 year ago today, we had the greatest stare off in NC State UNC rivalry history. And you were like, yeah, no, I remember you. Yeah, what's going on, man?
I don't forget anything when it comes to football and being on the sidelines and things. There's a lot of things that just you take in for life and never forget them. And I said, I knew you, man. I knew when I came. I was like, wait, man, we just had a stare off like last year, right? Yeah. So
yes, we did. We did.
Great dude, man. Great dude.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And because the funniest thing too is like you can actually see in the clip that I actually see the camera looking at us. And so I started, and because it was actually after the game that I started getting all these texts and from family, friends, and things being like, man, the ESPN got you talking to the UNC quarterback on ESPN, man. And I was like, oh Lord. So
it made it way better.
I know, no kidding.
Yes,
no kidding. But I do gotta, it's funny. Like, I know you stay pretty up to date in terms of, with the Twitter, social media world with UNC and things like that. And I actually asked my father-in-law, who's an Inside Carolina subscriber, and I'm like, hey, has Tuffy Talk ever gotten mentioned on Inside Carolina message boards as far as you know? And he's like, not that I know of. And I'm like, because I feel like that Tuffy Talk definitely has the reputation of being a huge UNC, troller, go at it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and just like you said, Marquise, like I'm sitting there saying, listen, I would have no issues with any UNC fans. I have a lot of friends that are UNC fans that I'm cool with. Like for me, it's not a matter of that, like, I hate UNC. It's more of just like, hey, I love the rivalry, and I want it to be even better.
Exactly.
Like I want UNC fans when they see NC State to be like, darn UNC State.
That's right. That's right.
So if I can stir that pot a little bit, just to get it there, then hey, it's a victory in my book. That's
sure. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, man. And that's how I think, man. Like you got to make the excitement come out of the game. It don't matter if we both 0-11 or whatever. Like stirring the pot, getting it going, man. That's what rivals. It ain't a rival if it's not like this, man. And that's the best thing. It's a fun rival. It's a competitive rival. It's a nitty gritty rival. And man, I always said, man, this is one of the toughest teams I ever played in my life. I mean, by far, NC State is a damn good football team. So yeah.
Well, and let me ask you too. During your 2 seasons at UNC, you were you were across the field from Jacoby Brissett, who, I remember at the time there was even a lot of conversations of Jacoby Brissett versus Marquise Williams, and so were you guys buddies at all, or like did you know?
I never really got to like speak to Jacoby. Jalen Samuel is like my best friend because we both went down the creek, but like he's the guy that I always talk to on the opposite side of the red. And man, we always have great conversations. During that week, we still talk. We just don't talk on game day. But we're leading up to that, we'll talk. Hey, man, can't wait to whoop y'all butts, man. Oh, we're going to beat y'all. We're going to do y'all dirty. Oh, man, y'all terrible. But at the end of the day, we're still friends. Hakeem Jones, still talk to those guys, man. Kelvin, Twitter, we play Madden. I mean, like I tell people, like once you finish playing, man, like the rival's fun. but you get older and like you respect each other as a player. I respect Jay Sam. I respect Jacoby, Naheem Hines. I mean, all those are ballers. I mean, it's ballers that they all ballers at the end of the day. So you put your pride to the side and say, man, you're a hell of a player. And they was hell of a players. So I mean, I'm not about to sit here and say, man, I don't like the school, so I don't like the players. No, I mean the player that's just like, I mean, they good. I mean, at the end of the day, they're a hell of a player. So that's all I respect. Man, me and Jay Sam, we just talked probably 2 days ago. He's supposed to get we're gonna catch up tomorrow and tailgate together. So I mean, like I say, that's my dog. I mean, that's my brother, and he went to that school. So you gotta understand it's a rival. We're gonna talk jump. At the end of the day, it's all love and it's all excitement, and that's what makes it a rival. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right. So we got a first question coming in here too. Favorite memory from the rivalry. So Marquise, do you have a favorite memory? And it could be even outside, maybe of a game you played in too. Just a favorite memory in general.
Well, man, I'm gonna say 15. My senior year was the best one. Of course, you know it came in there and shoot, like you say, it was hype. I mean, shoot, Jacoby Brissett versus Marquise Williams, like that was one of the biggest things. It was like, man, I'm coming in here and I got to show Jacoby Brissett, but I also got to go to his third show, Raleigh, what I'm about, you know? And
that's right.
That was probably one of my favorite memories, man. But I've been watching this memory for a long time. I want to say his name was T.A. McClendon or whatever. Man, one of the big time running backs. I've been watching him. This is going to crank up a lot of people noise. I don't care. This is before I even really started. But when I grew up, my elementary team was the Wolfpack. So I was a big Phillip Rivers fan. I always loved Phillip Rivers. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I didn't have a favorite football team. I just watched quarterbacks, you know, because I knew I wanted to be a quarterback. And he used to wear the little visor. So I was like, man, that's a cool white boy wearing a visor, you know? So I like Phillip Rivers. And I played for the Wolfpack at the time. It was the Wolfpack and the Knights and the Yellow Jackets. And I just liked the Wolfpack. So, yeah, I mean, it's times, you know, this is a rival. And I'll say that's my favorite one because obviously I was a part of that one. And that was my senior class. So.
Yeah. And actually during our live stream on Monday, we actually got asked the same question where it's like favorite NC State game we've been to. And for me, hands down, it was last year's for me, just because, I mean, literally I went into that game when I heard that MJ Morris wasn't playing and Ben Phillips playing. I'm like, oh man, this ain't going to go good. You know, like, you know, we're probably going to lose, you know, and all right. So like, just kind of go ahead and like, just kind of semi-accepting it just so that way when it does happen I'm not, you know, kicking and screaming. And obviously, I mean, you know, the fact that we won, but also we won at UNC. I feel like for me, and I'm sure you would agree, winning at your rivals always a lot better than
it's always better than winning at home. Honestly, it is. And like you say, dude, I was at that game, dude. I think I had the worst migraine ever in my life. Like,
oh, really?
I was just ready for it to end, man. I was like, man, come on, man. Like, this is giving me, like, my brain is going crazy. I was like, man, this is wild. But that was one hell of a game. I always thought the Philly kid was a good quarterback, man. I think, in my opinion. And he came in, he managed that game. He did what he's supposed to do, and he got the bitches. So, you know, like I say, I never take back from what people done, man. Like, when I see talent, lady. That's just me. I see talent. You know, I ain't gonna sugarcoat nobody. Yeah. He managed the game and he did what he's supposed to do to get the W. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, in the I think the other thing for me too is that it was a long game. Like it was probably a 5-hour game. It was a long football game. It's funny. My mom actually was asking. She was like, "What time was the game last year? Was it like a 7 o'clock game?" I'm like, "It may have felt like it was a 7 o'clock start because it was pitch black outside when the game finally got done."
Yes.
But yeah, no, that was a fun one. And then I got Cam asking here, why does Marquise think that UNC gets a reputation as being a soft football team?
I wouldn't say. Honestly, that's kind of hard because, you know, I mean, I would say because I guess how some of our fans are, and that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think they take away how the fans are, how the fans react, and, you know, take some things personally that they think the football team is soft. I wouldn't say we're soft. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, every fan bases have soft, hard guys or whatever, crazy guys or die hard or whatever you want to say. But far as I wouldn't say football team, because I mean it's some scrappy guys, man. It's not like it's blowouts. It's competitive every year. If you can't tell me if you're a State fan and say, okay, we're just blowing them out. No, it's not. Or a Carolina fan, we're just blowing them out. Like, it's competitive every year. The game is competitive. It's coming down to the wire every year. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, I think people would say, oh, the football team is soft because of how the fans, so y'all view certain fans. You know, certain fans, you know, may be soft. You know what I'm saying? But vice versa. Like, there are some fans I can touchy, you know, at State. But, like, I wouldn't say a football team is soft. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how.
Well, and I always say too, like there was a tweet that was put out of like top 5 tips for UNC fans going to the state game, and it's like stay in groups and like watch your back, and you know like making it seem like they're going into war. And I'm saying that like you know, for you know UNC fans to say, oh, all NC State fans are mean, and then there's probably some NC State fans saying, oh, all UNC fans are mean. It's like, no, every single fan base has those fans that are over the top.
That's it.
And I mean, like, I know for me, like there's like 2 years ago when we had the comeback, like, you know, there was, you know, some State students that were going at this family of UNC fans, and I even stepped and was like, hey, like, chill. Like, that's a fan right there. Like chill out. And I mean, so I mean, for me, I mean, like, you know, every fan base has them, you know. I'm not proud of it, but also I understand. I mean, it's going to happen. Like, you know, and I'm glad that the students care.
Right.
But just not to the point of going at, you know, a family or something like that. Like, you know,
I was on Twitter yesterday and I was looking at, have you seen the video? The guy was at Tennessee. He was just the lonely Georgia guy.
Yes.
Did you see that? I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it's just certain people can tolerate it, certain people can't. You know, I'm not about to get over here and say, well, some State fan said this to me. Some State fan,
so all NC State fans are this.
Words are going to be said. I mean, as long as somebody's not actually like physically abusing you and fighting you, man, words don't matter. Just have fun, go back and forth with it, you know? So
yeah. Oh, hey, absolutely. All right. And I got a little fun question here from the Southern Sports Talk. Favorite Thanksgiving side? What you got, Marquise?
Oh, man, I'm going to go with stuff and dress. I asked my aunt yesterday, is that the same thing? So I'm gonna go with that. That's my favorite, man, because I mean it's only a one-time thing of the year, so I love it. So I love it.
It's funny. So you know, so my mother-in-law typically makes the stuffing for us each year, and she usually does like a stovetop stuffing. Well, last year she did something yesterday she did something a little bit different where it was like a candied stuffing where it had like cranberries and it was sweeter.
Okay.
And both my wife and I afterwards were like, nah, just go back to the OG. Like, just like you said, it's once a year. You know what I mean? Like,
if it ain't broke, don't mess this up.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, you know, it's just
that's
like,
right, man. That's
so,
right.
You know, but yeah. And then you know, got a little interesting thing to you know, Marquise, if you're down, you guys need to make a bet. Loser has to say go Pack or go Heels after the game. In a video on Twitter. How about that?
We can definitely do that. I already made a bet with Jay Sam also too. So
all right,
we can definitely do that. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
All right. So put it on the board. Loser has to video. Tag the other person in it, and then if it's Marquise, go Pack. If it's me, then go Heels.
Go Heels.
Go Heels. Go Heels. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's put it on the board. But one thing which I did want to ask, you had mentioned, you know, giving guys, you know, ballers respect. And, you know, this is something which even I've gotten a little bit of backlash about from our previews this week, which is I definitely give a lot of love to Drake May for two reasons. One, because he actually goes to my church. So I've spoken with him before, like on a personal level. You know, he's a great guy. But also, too, I mean, dude's a wizard, man. Dude's special, man. There's no doubt about it. And I honestly said, like, and I still kind of stand by it to a point, like, I feel bad for him because of the fact that I think that the coaching staff isn't doing him justice. You know, he's not getting the protection he needs. You know, defense. I mean, he's having to score, 50 points in order to win football games, but also too, because of the fact that I just think that, like you said, you mentioned Phillip Rivers. Like Phillip Rivers, if Phillip Rivers was playing in today's day and age, the guy that talented playing on an NCAA football team, every game be sold out. They'd have to bring in like temporary bleachers, and they'd sell those out. Like we would have 100,000 fans every single game to see a guy that talented wearing an NC State uniform in red and white. And like again, when UNC played Virginia, I know it's fall break. I know UNC fans say, "Who's fall break?" And well, it's just Virginia. It's like, listen, you only have 7 times at home to see the greatest quarterback in UNC history. And like, you couldn't sell it out. So like, and so that's why I feel for him, because I'm like, dude, that dude is balling out. He's putting his butt on the line. And I know he's getting paid some money to be at UNC, but I'm like, I guarantee you, whatever he's getting at UNC, he got offered more somewhere else. I can guarantee you that. And he decided to stay loyal and continue to play for UNC. So, that I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong looking at it this way, Marquise? Kind of tell me, man. I mean,
it's just, I look at it like this. Our fans, our fans is, some make excuses, some don't. I'm trying to see the way to put it. It's like, Drake is Drake. Drake is, like you said, one of the, or if not the, probably the best quarterback that's ever came through Carolina in history. Like, he's that dude. At the same time, Drake grew up in a Carolina family. His dad, Mark, was a quarterback. His brother played. So, that's where he's going to be loyal to, and that's where he's going to always be. But I wouldn't say necessarily that Carolina failed them. Only reason why, because who to say if he'd have had success to go anywhere else? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like my family always wanted me to go down and play at Miami. Who to say I would have had the success to go be great like I was at UNC in Miami, And
sure.
I think, he felt, Drake went to where his heart was, but also where he knew that he can play and he can ball out. Phil Longo is probably me. I think Phil Longo was like my best, like one of my good friends. I love Phil, and Phil always saw the upside of Drake. Like, he knew Drake was going to be special, and with Sam already been there, that already sparked it for Drake to come also, So, true. We struggled on the defensive side of football lately, but I wouldn't necessarily say they failed them because of opposite sides of football, if that made sense. The game is played how it's played. Sometimes offense struggles, defense pick them up. Defense struggle, offense pick them up. You know what I'm saying? And you guys, like I talked to some people in my gym about, state. They always say, man, our defense is going to be good regardless, but where we're going to get our points from. You know what I'm saying? So it's always, well, offense is going to be good, defense trash. Oh, defense is going to be good, offense trash. People always got an opinion on what, the opposite of the football is, only because of what they're doing on Saturdays. But, man, it's a lot goes into this, man. A lot goes into the game, man. And, I mean, there might be some ballers on that offensive side that makes the defense look bad. Like, it might be there's a hell of a lot of ballers on this state defense, you know what I'm saying, on Saturday. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, honestly, I felt like in 15, y'all offense was better than your defense. That's my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But
I'd agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But before leading up to that, I was like, shoot, like, the defense what's been the limelight of state when playing them in the recent past years. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's different opinions. I mean, maybe I didn't answer it correctly, but I would say we did. As UNC, I don't think we failed them, because you got to think about it, man. It's more than what you can't just say. It's just Drake. It's more than Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, Drake is the face and all this, but like, it's all of them has to come for one. You know what I'm saying? I would say my staff, all that has to come for one. Everybody has to be on one page, and that's what happened my last year, man. We all came on one page. We made sure nobody was to blame. You know, so we just stayed together. And man, that's. I mean, look at you guys' team this year. I think y'all was like 3 and something or whatever. Man, look at the turnaround. Like, you could tell, like, y'all coaches got these guys bought in. Yeah, like, it's different now.
Right.
Like we can't score no points, right? You know what I'm saying? When Brennan first started, oh man, why we get him? Like he should have stayed in Virginia. Oh, we brought us OC. We can't score no points. Our defense scoring, we shut them out. Now look at it. It's all one. You're averaging a lot of points. What is he? ACC Player of the Week, defense, pay us. I mean, it's all different, man. Different, views and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, dude, I mean, I said Drake May has a great he has a great resume right now to be possibly the number 1 overall pick. Right. I mean, this dude's going to go, he's going to get paid. So in terms of like overall, yeah, I don't feel sorry for him because that dude's going to go make his money, and rightfully so. More of just that legacy wise, I feel like that with Drake May, a lot of his legacy is going to be, man, it could have been. It should have been, but also to, how, Hunter says right here, UNC didn't feel he was going to be a top 5. I honestly say that, again, he came into, when his first game against his first real game against App State last year, like the UNC coaches, maybe helped him some to get that, but that you saw right there was his pure talent, man. That kid came into UNC extremely, extremely talented. Simple as that. So I'm saying yes, UNC didn't fail him in terms of bringing him down, but I think that like what we're seeing right now from him is purely because this guy was born to play quarterback. Simple as that. But so let me ask you one fun question to kind of wrap up this quarterback talk here.
Okay.
So give me your top 5 all-time UNC quarterbacks in order.
In order, all time.
And you can put yourself on a list.
I always say this. I'm gonna say Sam Howell's number 1. That's just I'm always say that. I talk to everybody about it. I'm gonna say Drake May's number 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna give myself number 3.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna go TJ Yates number 4.
Okay.
And I gotta go Brent Renner. Brent Renner didn't get hurt. I mean,
wow.
Who to say? So that's my top 5 right there.
No Mitch Trubisky on that list?
Godly. You're right.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's my top 5. Yeah,
all right. Hey, listen. Hey, I question. I'll just that was the one name in my head. I was like, at some point you're gonna mention Mitch, but okay.
That's my top 5.
I mean, I would agree. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you were part of, one of the most successful teams to ever play UNC, 11-1 regular season. So, I mean, I wouldn't agree with that. And
I'll be there and get you.
Oh, sorry. You're fine. But so I do want to kind of talk about, give kind of just spend like 2 minutes here and ask your thoughts on what is your thoughts right now on NIL, the transfer portal. I mean, that like those 2 things weren't really a thing when you and I were a part of the college football scene. Now it's, I mean, in my opinion, it's the Wild Wild West. It's just it's craziness right now, dude. Like, I mean, like what, like, do you like it? Like, are like, what are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts is, man, I'm like, I can't say I like it and I don't like it. Okay, I like it to a certain extent. It's like now I'm becoming like a free agency type for NBA and NFL and all that type of thing, behavior. This is how I look at it, and people are going to get mad. I think certain people on the basketball team are good. They're making millions, right?
Yep.
But we probably have a soccer player that's not making millions, but probably won like 2 national championships in school, or was ACC Player of the Year twice or 3 times. Our field hockey girl.
Dude, how's she not getting paid?
Exactly. How much NIL did she make? Like, it's certain. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is the NIL just mainly for the top sports of basketball and football? What about the baseballs and the lacrosse and the soccers and the the fence and the swimming? I mean, I feel like it's too much. It's going to make college football the worst ever. I don't think it's going to be college football anymore. And just like it's a lot of chaos, man. It is crazy. It's not good for us. And yes, sir. Well, players should get played, but like not to a certain. They get $1 million, and high school guys are not even played a down, and they get millions of dollars to come to the school. Like, how to say that? who to say they get to school? I'm like, man, I'm already made $1 million. I don't want to play no more. Like, you just got $1 million and he only in high school, you know?
And I always kind of like to talk about kind of the recruiting side, because I truly do think that fans will never understand how stressful and how tough it is for the recruiting side. It might seem like this great, amazing thing, and it is to an extent, but it's a lot of stress, a lot of, and imagine, Marquise, all the stress that you went through, deciding where you're going to go to school, but you also have $1 million checks being offered to you to go play as an 18-year-old. Like the thing I say is, like, now those Pop Warner games when you're 8, 9 years old, they're a little bit more important now, because now I'm saying in 10 years, you might be offered 7 figures to go play football.
That's right, man.
So now a little bit of that, they're just kids, just let them have fun. It's like, well, now you're almost about to potentially get offered 7 figures. Like it now it's the minor leagues, and because like you kind of mentioned about the NBA free agency.
Yeah.
Now there's because the thing with college football, there is no contracts. There is no like, I'm signing for 4 years. I'm signing for 3 years.
Yep.
Like every single year, every player's a free agent.
Yep.
Every player. Like there is nobody that's guaranteed to be on your team next year. And so that's why I feel for the coaching staff, because I'm like you're not only having to figure out who you can bring in, but who's going to leave.
Yeah.
And somebody can all of a sudden decide one morning, I'm leaving the program. And
man, I have to say it's soft, man. The transfer portal, like how kids just jump in because they don't play, man. I sat on the bench for like 2 years, man. Like when my time came, my time came. That I was being patient, and certain, like, it's just like, okay, man, if I don't get to play, I'm going in the portal. Oh man, the coach don't like me, I'm going in the portal. Like, maybe you and the coach might not see eye to eye, but like just jumping in the portal because you ain't playing right away that's just bogus to me, man. It sucks, man, the way this college football is becoming, because, man, I die hard bleed college football. Like, I'm locked in.
Same here, man.
I tweeted the other day. I said college football is way better than March Madness, NBA. I get a lot of backlash for it, but that's just how I feel. Like, I love Saturdays, man. Like, I love to wake up college game day, man. I like at 8:30, you know what I'm saying, just to get ready for college game day. Yeah. And I watch college football all day. I don't think nobody else can do that. You don't do that for March Madness. It's only in March. You don't wake up to prepare for a college basketball game and tailgate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys going to be there tomorrow starting probably 10 o'clock. Like, like
we would be.
No other sport does that, man. Like, this is the greatest sport, and I feel like it's getting ruined over this, man, crazy old NIL stuff, man.
I agreed. So I know we have about 10 minutes left here, and so I want to kind of talk about the game tomorrow, man. 8 p.m. in Carter Finley Stadium. There's a reason why we got Carter Finley in our background on the live stream here, man. It's going to be taking place here. Got our guy Great Day Tar Heel in the house too. Let's go Heels. Okay, all right, I see you.
Yes,
what up, Will? Anyway, so what's your thoughts, man? Obviously for me going to this game, again, if you want to hear my full thoughts, we did a preview, but really I feel like this is a situation where the better team is coming into this game on a little bit of a cold streak. The team that on paper isn't as talented is coming in super hot right now.
Right.
So to me, both teams are 8-3. Yep. Both teams are, again, trying to compete for an opportunity to get a 10-win season.
Yep.
So I literally said on the live stream, and I'll let you kind of give me your thoughts on Marquise, but I literally said I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Yep. I would not be surprised about anything that takes place. If UNC wins 41-10, I wouldn't be surprised. If NC State wins 41-10, I would not be surprised. That's really how I feel about this. So give me your initial thoughts on the game.
I'm actually in the same boat, man. Like I've sit here and thought about it before I even got. I was like, honestly, they're gonna talk about what are my thoughts for the game. I really don't even know. Like I say, we don't know what team's gonna show up. Is it gonna be the best UNC team, versus the best NC State team, and I feel like neither team has played their best game. That's just me. I watched State play this year, and I watched, my boys play. I feel like nobody has played a perfect game. Let's see. Yeah. Hopefully, we can both see one of the best games tomorrow again, like the last 2 years. But hopefully, my boys come out on top this year, Clayton.
Sure.
But honestly, like you, I have no clue. Honestly, I don't know there's not much, talk around our football team. So that's that's good things. Always good for me because we're very quiet, very humble right now. So it's always good. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's just like we're not ranked no more. Y'all ranked. So it's is that pressure, with being ranked and stuff now, what I'm saying? In this day and age, is it pressure trying to, get up in the top 20 and 19 and, things like that. So, but I'm like you, man, I'm clueless. I don't know. I just hope it's a good game and we can get a W because I want to troll some certain people, not you because you're my boy, but there are certain people I want to troll, but I also got a bet with Jay Sam. So
yeah.
Man, I'm like you, man. I don't know where this game is going to go tomorrow, honestly.
Well, and there was another UNC channel that was talking about. Well, UNC just came back from Clemson that has 90,000 people, and now they're going to little old NC State that has 57,000. So they just played it in a 90,000 compared to 57,000. So NC State card feeling is going to be no problem. Yeah, it's going to be a step down, but. I mean, I would say, I know you've played in it. I know you've been in it a few times, but again, I mean, like Carter Finley for me is underrated in terms of, I mean, I say there's a reason why just 2 years ago we tied the longest win streak at the Carter in state football history. I mean, it's a tough place to play. So, I mean, kind of give me, your thoughts, man. I mean, like, would you agree with that comment?
I would. I rank ACC stadiums. I go Death Valley, Clemson. I go Lane Stadium, Virginia Tech.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
And I go Carter. I tell everybody, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on your podcast, brother. But that's the places that when I walk out, holy shit. Okay, they are in here. They are packed and they are loud. And also, 57,000 can feels like it's 90,000.
Yeah,
in Carter.
Yeah.
Night game, under the lights, a lot of brews and buzz going to be going on tailgating. Oh, yeah. It's going to feel like 90,000 tomorrow night. And I'm going to witness it again. That place gets loud. And I talked about it when Bren got hurt my sophomore year and I had to come in. Holy shit. Right. I thought I pissed down my leg. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm this yet. But, man, Carter is one fun place to be. Only if you was.
That's true.
You guys are loyal fans. It doesn't matter. You guys show up. And that's just, I got to respect that. You guys show up. It don't matter who you play. You could be playing William and Mary or Mallard Creek High School. You guys are going to show up, And,
that's right.
That's why I tweeted what I tweeted today. I feel like, if we can get more fans in our stadium, it'll be a different story. I'm just being honest. Like, we feed off of that. Players feed off of fans. Like, those players are going to be hyped. It's senior night for them. It's going to be a packed house. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wow. And I'm looking forward to it. I always come, like, I tweeted the other day, like, I can't wait to be in Carter, whatever I said. I can't wait to go to the game round. And some certain state guy was like, you don't even come over here. I was like, when we play, it doesn't matter if it's Carolina at Carolina or Carolina at State. I'm at either. I'm there. I don't care. I'm coming. I mean, like, protect yourself, dude. Nobody's gonna bother me, man. Like,
no.
Like, bro, I'm one of the, like, I'm like talking up good myself. I'm like one of the nicest guys. Like, nobody's gonna bother me. I don't go looking for trouble. I mean. It's wrong. I'm trolled. It is what it is. So
and you ain't no small dude either. I mean, if somebody wants to mess with you, I mean, all power to them. So not saying anything would happen, but I wouldn't look at you and be like, that's a guy I want to mess with.
Yeah, but that place is electric, man. 90,000 is in Death Valley is impressive and it's loud. Like I said, I rate them, but it will feel like 90,000 when we come out Saturday, and a lot of boos and.
Sure.
This is both teams. What national championship? That's how I look at it, man. If you don't look at it, I'm pretty sure you look at it like that. Like, we could be 0 what is our record? We're 8-3. We could be 0-11.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah.
As long as we
if you win this game,
and nothing matters, right?
Yeah.
So that's just how it is, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited, man. I'm gonna get there early tomorrow myself, man. It's a fun place, man. I talk about everybody that I went with, and I always go with, man. We have fun tailgating over there, so
yeah. I like this comment saying we need to find a cocky former UNC player. Marquise is too nice. I need to feel anger. LOL. So I want now that you've kind of given hype for in-state size, I do want to ask you your thoughts on Amari Hampton. He got over 1,400 yards rushing through 11 games. I mean, dude's a baller for sure. But I know that during your time as well, you also had your own baller running back as well. And so I want to kind of ask, like, because my thing with Amari is like, do you say that the fact that Drake May is so elite helps make maybe life a little bit easier for Amari because the fact that, I mean, they can't stack the box even by one person, like, they have to keep it light. So, I mean, do you say, would you say you kind of see the same thing during your time as well?
Well, that's the big thing, when you got a quarterback like Drake, I mean, you got to have enough in coverage. So it's going to open that box up for Amari Hampton. Hell of a player, man. Hell of a player. Improved a lot from last year. I'm be honest, I wasn't so highly on him last year, like everybody else was. But, he proved me wrong to, feel like, he's probably one of the best running backs in the ACC and probably in the country. But having Drake May as a quarterback and the way he distribute the ball and get it out and, do what he do, it does make it a lot easier, you know what I'm saying? But it also makes it easier for Drake, too, having Amari in the backfield that can break a couple tackles in here and there. So it's hand in hand, man. But, it does make things easier back there in that backfield, man, when you got that 1-2 punch, man. It's not like a 1-2 punch. Y'all guys had it with Jacoby, with Naheem Hines, right? That 1-2 punch was crazy. I mean, I'm probably forgetting some running backs, that came through state.
Jason. Matt Days, man. Gotta give love to Matt Days, man. Dude's a baller.
He was a baller, definitely a baller. He was really damn good. So, like I say, it's always good to have that 1-2 punch in the backfield, man. Makes life easier, makes Saturdays much easier. Depend on it. Hey, man, you got my back, I got your back, and let's rock out. So, yes, sir.
So would you say, because last question, then we'll do a final game score prediction, and then we'll get you out of here. But so when you look at Brennan Armstrong, I kind of see a lot of similarities with your game a little bit, in terms of, obviously you were definitely not a prototypical, pocket, quarterback. You definitely had no issues running the ball if you needed to. And I think with Brennan, you kind of see a lot of that as well. A guy that has no issues running the ball. He'd lower the shoulder, just like I know you would have no issues doing when you needed to. But at the end of the day, if you needed to make a throw, you can make the throw. It's not an issue there. So would you agree with that you see a lot of similarities style wise, and like kind of give me your overall scouting report on Brennan Armstrong from your
man, when I first heard he was going to stay, I was like, man, dang, man. I was like, how did this transfer? This is what I said, man, I hate the transfer portal. That's exactly what I said. Because I always thought Brennan was good. This is my favorite game ever watching Brennan he was at UVA versus Sam. And I think
it was a shootout.
We were ranked. But the shootout, and Brennan showed no mercy. Running linebackers over, throwing dimes. And I was like, man, this quarterback is nice. And then it's last year at Virginia. I was like, hey, where's this quarterback I just watched last year? Like, you know what I'm saying? He had his downfall. So when he got to state, I was like, oh, man, golly, they're going to be really good next year. They're going to be really, really good with him. And everybody, that's – I'm in the state area, the triangle area, so everybody's like, man, he should have stayed at Virginia. I was like, he's going to come along. Y'all better just watch. Something's telling me he's going to come along this year. And he's found his game again. He's found himself. He knew that, man, sometimes we get in the mindset of maybe certain scouts say, hey, man, let's see you in the pocket more so you don't see him running like you normally do. But then it's like click, man. My game is running and getting the ball out and doing, you know what I'm saying? If I see an open lane, Brent, he's gone. He's shooting. And that's how I was. You see open lane, he's shooting. He's getting that first down. He's a hell of a player. He's a gritty player. I mean, I like him as a quarterback. I do. And I liked him when he was at UVA. And I hope he ain't on his best game tomorrow. Tell him just give us like 2 picks. We'll be good. we get to talk to him, whatever. But, man, he's a hell of a player, man. He's a hell of a player. I won't take nothing from him. Hey, man. he's a dog. He's a dog. So
let's go. All right, Marquise. So final score predictions, man. I know you said to me with me earlier that I have no idea what's going to happen, and that's pretty much when I gave my prediction. I was like, all right. I mean, 20, 28, 27 pack, and I'm literally just pulling that out of the hat more of just because it's generally close to what the spread is. I mean, right now, UNC is a 2-point favorite, but I have no clue. I don't think it'll be very high scoring. Like, I don't think it'll be in the 30s. I think it'll be 20s both sides, maybe. So, I mean, any predictions here score wise?
I was saying go my Heels 27-24. I'm staying in that range too with you, man. Like I say, I'm still trying to figure out, what type of game it's going to be tomorrow. So, yeah,
that's right. All righty, y'all. Well, so again, y'all. First of all, Marquise. So your Twitter handle. Can you for those State fans who want to give you a follow? It's at 1MJ Williams.
Let me see.
I think that's your Twitter name.
1MJ Williams 2.
Yep. 1MJ Williams 2. So make sure to go. Give MJ Marquise a follow here at 1MJ Williams 2 on Twitter and Instagram too. Are you on there as well?
Yes. Let me look at that right now.
Probably the same thing. Yeah, and so
it's 1MJ Williams 2.
Yep, same thing. All right, cool. So so both Twitter and Instagram, go give Marquise a follow at 1MJ Williams 2 on Twitter and Instagram, which makes sense because you were number 12. So that's where the 1-2 comes from for those like, why 1-2? Because he was number 12. So anyway, y'all. So thank you all so much for tuning in out. Y'all, we really do appreciate this. And again, this is a lot of fun. Marquise, thank you so much for your time, man. It was a pleasure talking with you, brother.
Yes, sir. Likewise, brother. Good luck, man. Thank you so much, man, for your time.
Absolutely. No, thank you. And again, just a reminder, y'all. So again, we got a bet going. So again, loser, go Pack, go Heels.
Yes, sir.
Video on Twitter, tag, and so looking forward to y'all. But anyway, y'all, we'll see y'all tomorrow night, Saturday night in the Carter Finley Stadium, 8 p.m. NC State versus UNC. Let's go Pack and beat the Heels, y'all.
Go Heels.